One quick thing to point out, see if you can see this on my hand, but we're out in the desert, and I don't know if you can see the laser on my hand here. It's not super bright, definitely not going to see it at any distance here in the middle of the day. Probably work good. So far, still working. Still working. Now we're going to shoot the Sightmark LoPro Green Laser and the Chris Vector 45 ACP. Still working. We want to show you real quick the laser. It is on right now, and see if we can find it. Yeah, there it is. You can barely see it on his shoe. So the laser is definitely not powerful enough to be seen in the daylight. At night, it would be more than effective. Hi, and welcome to Rough Gear Review. You just saw some video of us shooting the Sightmark LoPro Green Laser on a Sega 12 and a Chris Vector. We did that because our LoPro has been mounted on this Colt AR-15 for about 7 months. So far we have about 800 rounds through it with the LoPro on it. Haven't had a single problem, hasn't lost zero, keeps working. Pretty impressed with it. We put it on the Sega 12 because the 12 gauge shotgun does have a lot more recoil than a 5.56 rifle, especially an AR. We wanted to see how it would perform under that. We put it on the Chris Vector too. It wasn't really fair since the Chris Vector doesn't really have that much recoil, even though it's a 45 ACP round. This has been great though. We're going to give you a little bit closer look at it. We'll talk about some of its features. So here we have our Sightmark LoPro Green Laser. Gotta tell you the truth, I was surprised. This thing has worked great for me. We picked it up, cost about $100. I believe the MSRP is about $121. You can find them on sale for about $89. And we really thought it wasn't going to work. Matter of fact, we ordered a D-ball and just picked this up in the meantime, waiting for our D-ball to show up. But for about $1,100 less than the D-ball, we have this Sightmark, and it's been working great for us. We were surprised. We took this off, put it on the Sega 12, put it on the Chris Vector, threw it in the bag, brought it back home, remounted it, and it is still zeroed to my delta point. I was surprised. I thought I was going to have to re-zero this. And if you had to re-zero it, it's real easy, but it is really nice that it held zero. You have your windage elevation right here. This is your on-off. Also comes with a pressure pad that you can mount anywhere on your rifle. I just chose to mount it this way. Takes one CR123 battery, even a little lanyard here so you don't lose your cap. And it really has performed well. I'm very impressed with it. It's too bad that we can't have military-powered lasers here. This is the highest power you can get for an eye-safe laser for civilians. And like the video showed you, military lasers are 6 times as powerful. That's why you can see them in the bright daytime. Now we have run around in the daytime with this here in the city, going around the houses and such, and it works really well there. I think it's just being out in the middle of the desert where it's really, really bright that you're not seeing it. But if you're moving around buildings or such, where there's some shading here and there, this thing would work great for you. At nighttime, it would work really good. But we're impressed with it. Would we recommend it? We absolutely would. I think you're going to be real happy with it. It's not a huge investment, around $100. I think it's worth it. Thanks for watching Rough Gear Review. I'm going to show you the laser on the wall.